Heritage Cannabis Holdings Corp. operates a holding company which cultivates, sells, and distributes medical cannabis in Canada. The company currently has 2 Health Canada approved licensed producers through its subsidiaries FineMed Inc. and CannaCure Corp., both of which are regulated under the Cannabis Act regulations. Heritage Cannabis is focused on advancing its scale and technology footprint to compete both domestically and internationally. Heritage Cannabis Holdings Corp. trades on the CSE under the ticker symbol CANN.
But I'm back here now with Clint Sharples, CEO of Heritage Cannabis Holdings, trading on the CSE under the symbol CANN. Clint, welcome back.
Thanks, Phil. It's great to be here.
Full disclosure, I'm a shareholder in the company and a long-term enthusiast. So tell me, Clint, the stock, I just want to point this out to you lovely people watching at home, that the stock has doubled in the last, call it 75 days or so. And
25 days, yeah.
25 days. What has caused the stock price to double?
Well, more people are buying than are selling.
Wow, that's genius. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, you know, a few things I would imagine are driving a... Oh, hold on. I'm being told I'm not mic'd up properly.
You're not on. So more buyers than sellers. That's always a solid argument, a solid explanation for why the stock is higher or lower, rather.
So, so my best joke. I'm going to do this entire interview wasn't going on this. Great.
No, go again. So what's the best joke that you've got for this interview?
No, that was it. I peaked early.
More buyers than sellers, but why are there more buyers than sellers?
You know what? Just the amount of eyes that are starting to get on us. People are understanding. I mentioned it this weekend. You know, we've been talking a lot about what we're going to do, and now people are seeing that we're doing it. We're no longer a good story. We're now a good plan.
So
we're
a good company. There was actually
a lot of people on board. We've been naming a lot of our top executives, new people coming on board. People are doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're executing on what they're supposed to be executing on.
Sure.
And it's amazing what happens when you start performing as a company, how many people get interested in owning you.
Right. So you're about to start producing a lot of extract. Yeah,
we hope so. We've got a few plans for beginning here in March, still waiting for our license. Our business plan's calling for it sometime by the middle of March.
Okay.
Fingers crossed it's this week. We don't know. Health Canada never lets us in on those little secrets that they have. I wish they would, but it's a matter of... It's too bad
you're not growing mushrooms. They keep you in the dark.
Great. So my best joke just got topped by you. That's great.
I don't know. That qualifies as being topped, but
that's great.
So somebody's been accumulating the stock. Obviously, you've got some believers out there.
We do.
What is the near-term milestones besides obviously the beginning of oil production in March?
Well, March was sort of the kickoff of just about everything that we're planning on doing. We put out a news release this morning. Seemed to excite a few people on BrightLife Sciences, our medical division. It's been on the plans now for the better part of 6 months. If anyone saw that we released news back in, I believe it was October, bringing Dr. Chris Spooner on board. We brought him on with the understanding that we would pave the way and clear the way for him to bring forward his ideas on the commercialization of his knowledge on the cannabis industry and how it relates to medical. And that's something that's always been a key component of what we're looking at doing. We want formulations for just about everything CBD related. I shouldn't say CBD, it's CBD, CBG, CBN, a whole bunch of things that I'm learning about this business too. Natural health products, anything that can go direct to patient, anything supplied direct to patient. We're looking at partnering with people. We don't need to be the experts. We would like to partner with experts and become a real true source to go to for medical cannabis, as well as everything else we'll be doing. March obviously starts our world in extraction. We'll be starting it out in British Columbia, processing away on our own hemp. We are also looking at taking the talents of the guys that we have in our Pure Pharma group who are currently training an army of people to run these extraction machines not just for us, but we're looking to partner. We're looking to do third-party extraction and doing services for others. Hopefully you'll be hearing more about that soon too.
You bet. How about your cannabis growth profile? How's that shaping up right now?
Well, the cannabis grow, or the grow that we're doing right now, we've done some grow in here locally at the Fort Erie facility. We've paused between our first and our second one as we're installing a bunch of extraction units, and we have a lot of people trudging in and out, so you don't want to do that while cannabis is present.
Right.
Once that's done and it's set up, which should be next week after, we are going to do another grow. We are looking at a few alternatives on exactly what we will be growing and in which rooms. First one was a success. It wasn't large. We don't have a lot of quantity. That wasn't our goal. Our goal was to kind of shake things out and prove things up, and it did. They did a great job.
Right. And you took delivery of a large quantity of hemp.
We're partners with a group out of Saskatchewan who has 1,600 acres. They have 50,000 kilograms of dried hemp sitting there in Saskatchewan. I shouldn't say 50,000. They actually have more than 50,000. They continue to add this as the Saskatchewan group is continuing to acquire from other sources. We bring in hemp from the Saskatchewan cooperative. They acquire the hemp from people within their cooperative or outside who meet the proper quality specs.
So the cooperative has 1,000 acres under cultivation of hemp?
1,600, yeah.
1,600 hectares.
That's right.
So that's
acres.
Acres.
Yes.
Okay, so that's still, is that the largest hemp growing collective in Canada?
I don't actually know. I don't think so, but
I don't know of anything bigger than 500 acres at this point. But that's collectively over a couple of properties.
That's right. Yeah, it's a group within Saskatchewan. Actually, we're planned out a little bit over 3,000 acres for next year. So it's partial. I should say for this year in 2019, they'll be planting over 3,000 acres. Plus, looking at the people we're looking at partnering with right now and bringing hemp in right now. From other sources, they'll be joining our group. So, yeah, we're looking for a significant part of this for our own. That's our own oil supply, let alone the stuff that we can do for other LPs.
Interesting. So with the economics of extraction, if you're concentrating on CBDs from hemp, does the hemp have a lower ratio of lower content of CBD relative to other strains, or is all hemp CBD rich?
No, there's a very wide range in hemp. So Health Canada has only approved certain strains for grow in Canada. They are looking at expanding that range to allow for a more API, more active product ingredient, rich product. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
The higher the API up to a certain point, it's obviously more efficient for us to process.
So the higher the cannabinoid content, the lower cost per input of output, correct?
It should be, until you hit an inflection point, and then it becomes a problem. It starts gumming the machine up because it's too much. So there's a happy area in there. I won't even begin to talk about that. I'm not that kind of expert, but we employ them.
Sure.
So these guys are always targeting a particular range, and that's what they're looking at for what they would like to see.
Yeah, interesting. The CBD product sort of craze that has engulfed the planet now, because CBDs are obviously a lot easier to approve, both for medical and recreational reasons, or call it therapeutic non-medical reasons, because there's low psychotropic activity. People say none, but I happen to know that's not quite true. It's just very low and doesn't affect your overall awareness on a day-to-day basis. Is that craze enough to carry all of the cannabis companies that are rushing into the space into the next wave of the industry's growth? Like, my question is there room enough for all of these companies who are rushing to put out CBD only at this point?
So two things. Number one, yes. The second thing, psychotropic. You just said that and it flowed off your tongue. I'm extremely impressed.
Well, that's because I'm a psychotropic guy.
That's amazing.
It's from deep and vast experience in that realm.
Just stuck in my head. There's no way I could have said that quickly and continued on. So yeah, the demand is unbelievable right now. We're being asked every day for CBD oil. There's nowhere near enough hitting the markets. A lot of it depends on where the market's going and who's the market going to be allowed to affect. But right now, the amount of CBD-based products or the amount of other products that CBD is being talked about being added into, right now, like there's talk out there that there's just is not going to be capacity in Canada to be able to supply all of this. A lot of it depends on where it goes. For an example, our facility down in Fort Erie is a large one, 122,000 square feet. We have 24,000 built out. We have another 30,000 square feet that's being dedicated to our new extraction, dedicated extraction facility, which is going to be a very large extraction facility, which leaves us about 65,000 square feet to do other things when you're talking about the edibles, the infusions, or just about any other product that's part of that. And we're getting people coming out of the woodwork talking about wanting to partner with us as part of this phase 3. Enough so we've had to call a timeout. We've got criteria set up that we're evaluating with whom we're going to partner, and that's going to be, and it won't be just one, it'll be several, likely between 5 and 10, and have several different products coming in, and most, if not all of them, are pretty focused on the CBD-based the aspect. Few, obviously, on THC for the recreational products that they can have, and we're happy to abide by that too, but it's difficult to find product to extract right now.
Great, Clint. Well, that's an awesome update. We're going to come back to you, of course, very soon. Congratulations on the progress. Thanks for joining me today.
Well, we're hoping for a good next couple of weeks, so keep an eye on it.
You bet.